Hey guys! Welcome back on my YouTube channel that is Korean Pilot and welcome you back to Phuket. So आज परत मी आहे Phuketमध्ये and that's my room, my favorite room. And this is my 9th time in this place. I love this place every time I come, every time I visit. So every time I come to Phuket, I explore different places. मला आज पण तीच रूम भेटली आहे जी लास्ट टाइम मिळालेली. तिथे बिग बुद्धा आहे वरती स्टॅच्यू. लास्ट टाइम जिथे मी गेलेली बिग बुद्धा हिअर इट इज ऑन द टॉप. तर इथून मला आज पण तोच व्ह्यू भेटलेला आहे. पण आज मी बिग बुद्धाला नाही जात आहे बिकॉज ऑलरेडी 2 वेळा जाऊन आलेली आहे मी बिग बुद्धाला. आज मी दुसरा काहीतरी एक्सप्लोअर करते इथे. सो लेट्स सी व्हॉट आय कॅन एक्सप्लोअर मोर इन फुकेट. लेट्स एक्सप्लोअर. Look how clean it is. सुखलेले कसे लावलेत त्या लोकांनी. इट्स अ स्टॉल. वास येत आहे इथे सगळीकडे. यांचे मार्केट्स असे खूप सुंदर लागलेले असतात. करंदी आहे, सुकी मच्छी. बनवलेला आहे की बीचच्या साईडला पार्क बनवलेला आहे. यू कॅन प्ले हिअर, यू कॅन ॲक्टिव्हिटीज लाईक. इंडियामध्ये पण आता जसं अलिबागला सुद्धा एवढे सारे बीचेस आहेत पण असं कुठेच काय केलेलं नाही आहे. इवन सेम हे असं सिंगापूरला आहे. इट्स अ ईस्ट कोस्ट पार्क इन सिंगापूर. किती सुंदर वाटतं इथे आल्यावर. ब्लू वॉटर्स. तो आज क्या हुआ ना, एयरपोर्ट से आते वक्त यूजुअली देयर इज़ अ वैन फॉर आवर पिकअप एंड मी आज वैन बघत होती कि माझी वैन कुठे है. एंड भाई आज तो मज़ा आ गया बिकॉज आज आई थी हमें लेने के लिए मर्सिडीज ई क्लास E220. सो भाई मज़ा आ गया आज. इट वॉज अ गुड स्टार्ट. इट वॉज अ गुड स्टार्ट ऑफ द डे. मी इथे चालत आली आहे ऑल द वे फ्रॉम फुकेट ओल्ड टाउन. तिकडे गाडीच नव्हते. नॉट उबर ओला इथे नाही आहे बट हिअर देर इज वन ॲप कॉल्ड ग्रॅब फ्रॉम वेअर यू कॅन बुक दी कॅब जस्ट लाईक उबर. पण ते चालतच नव्हतं आणि इथे मला काय उबर भेटली नाही. मी ऑल द वे चालत आली. 30 minutes वॉक बट इट्स वर्थ इट. lobster, big lobster on the wall. किती मस्त themed restaurant बनवतात इथे. So I'm just back from my short trip of Phuket. I mean, short sightseeing in Phuket. So today I'm gonna tell you what is type rating. So how to become a pilot? You have already seen that video on my YouTube channel. Like what is the procedure and how to become a pilot. So for becoming a pilot, you get a commercial pilot license first. What after getting your commercial pilot license? Do you get job in the airline? First of all, that's the question. So earlier पहले क्या होता था, एक बार हमारे हाथ में अगर CPL आ जाता है, then airlines used to hire you directly, and they used to give you training on the bigger aeroplanes. So the CPL which you are holding commercial pilot license, you are being trained on the smaller aeroplanes, that is on the Cessna or Pratt& and Whitney twin engine or single engine. That is a two-seater, four-seater or a six-seater aeroplanes. But when it comes to an airline मध्ये सगळे मोठे विमान असतात, बड़े बड़े जहाज होते हैं, all the passenger carrying aeroplanes which are huge, which are big, which are carrying hundreds of passengers on board. So obviously you are not trained to fly on that aeroplanes. So the bigger aeroplanes, when it comes to a bigger aeroplanes, there's a system वेगळा आहे. You need to know the parts of the aeroplane. You need to know what is the system, what is the standard operating procedures. सगळ्याचे जे procedures आहेत, operating procedures, there are normal and abnormal procedures both. सो उसके जो कुछ भी प्रोसीजर्स होते हैं, उसका सिस्टम्स होता है, यू हैव नॉट स्टडीड दैट सिस्टम्स एंड बिगर एरोप्लेन्स इन योर commercial pilot license training. You have a CPL, but you are not yet trained to fly the commercial aeroplanes. So that's called a type rating. When you go for studying the bigger aeroplanes, that is called a type rating. So type, so what is a type? So basically in the simple words I can say, uh, CPL is getting your degree and type rating is getting your specified, suppose you're like a specific, something like specific, like if you are done your dental, if you are done a cosmetologist, or if you are a surgeon. So it's like that. So type rating is about a specific aeroplane. So suppose there are two cars, one is Mercedes C class, and one is suppose BMW 5 series. So if you are type rated on Mercedes, you cannot drive BMW. So that's how the aeroplane is. So same when it comes to an airline or an aeroplane. Airline has either Boeing, Airbus, or ATR. So you need to know which airline has which aeroplanes. So most of the airlines in India, where you can see, most of the airlines have Airbus. So Airbus type rating is done more than Boeing type rating or ATR. It depends, like what is the supply and demand. Like if there is demand of more ATR pilots, you can go for the ATR type rating. If there is a demand for more Boeing pilots, you can go for the Boeing type rating or an Airbus. So it depends, like which airline is coming up with which type rating vacancies. So that is a type rating. And so second question about the type rating, like when type rating is done, what is the right time to do your type rating? So initially, like I said, years back, after CPL, airline used to hire the CPL guys, or there was a job vacancy, commercial pilot license holding, and airline used to train the pilots for the aeroplanes whichever they have. If they have Boeing, if they have Airbus, if they have ATR, so airline used to train them and airline used to finance them. But now, like पहले क्या होता था कि लोगों को एक टाइप रेटिंग करके एडवांटेज मिलता था, लाइक इफ दे गेट टाइप रेटेड on their own, then they used to get job as an advantage, as they had an additional degree, and airline was getting a pilot who is already type rated. So जिनके पास पैसा होता था, who were filthy rich or who are rich, they used to go and like expense and spend more another for their type rating and be type rated. So slowly it has become a trend, and now airline is not coming up with the CPL vacancies. They are coming up with the vacancies for only type rated pilots. So I would recommend now, after getting CPL, like when I did my CPL, I wasn't knowing that I have to do my type rating as well. So I was waiting for CPL vacancies. I waited for like 3 4 years, but there were no vacancies coming up. So I had to go for my type rating. I waited for almost 4 years after getting my CPL. So now I would suggest, like, you can go for your type rating as soon as you get your CPL, so that you don't waste your time and you are ready once the airline comes up with job vacancy. Third thing, what is the duration of type rating? So, type rating duration is very less, but it's very tight. In a duration of 2.5 months, you are like pissed off, you are like grinded, you are like squeezed out of your training. That schedule of 2.5 or 2 months is so hectic that you will not get time for anything. You just have to do study, study, study. So it starts from your ground classes, then type rating. It depends like how many sessions you are doing. So that's about training duration. Then comes about the cost. The fourth thing is you need to know about type rating is cost. So, what is the cost of a type rating? So, again, it depends upon where you are going for your type rating. If you are going, which school you are going, which training institute you are going for your type rating. So, again, this type rating cost is additional apart from your CPL. So, CPL costs you around almost 40 45 lakhs. Of the type rating is almost around 15 to 20 lakhs, and in that duration of 2.5 months you have to bear for your expenses, your stay, your food, everything. So that are the additional cost apart from your CPL. Depends like how many sessions you're doing, it depends on that also. If you're doing extra sessions, you have to pay extra. Validity of your type rating. So every type rating, so the type rating whichever you do on the bigger aeroplanes, that is valid for the 3 years after your endorsement. So within 3 years, if you don't get a job or if you don't keep your uh, sessions current, then you'll have to do your type rating again after 3 years. Then sixth most important thing and most important question everyone has is there is a job conformity or is there a placement after doing your type rating? So the answer for this question is no, because in aviation there is nothing called placement and there is nothing called job guarantee. So once you are done with your CPL, then you are done with your type rating, you have to wait for the airlines to come up with their job vacancies. So as soon as they come up with your job vacancies, you have to apply for your job. And again,